I don't think there is any other sport that you can learn that much about your body and your mind and who you are than long-distance triathlon. It's just you and your thought, and you're questioning everything, and you're in pain, and you want to quit. You learn a lot about who you are and what's possible, not only on the bike or on the run or on the swim, but in your life.
Quest for Kona is brought to you by Gatorade Endurance, formulated for farther. Originally from Lakeville, Minnesota, 34-year-old Corrie Weikle started coming to Gustavus in southeast Alaska 6 years ago, after her family built a home in the remote town at the edge of Glacier Bay National Park.
I actually spent a bunch of time traveling out west during COVID, spending the summers, the last 4 summers here in Juneau and in Gustavus. Fell in love with the community, the mountains, the ocean, and decided to make it home about a year and a half ago.
It didn't take long for Corrie, an executive coach and longtime triathlete, to connect with the local tri club based out of nearby Juneau. For her, triathlon has provided not just a way to reach for new personal goals and growth, but also a platform to guide by example.
And that's really what Ironman has facilitated for me, a path to be the best version of myself, to heal, to do hard things. And that's ultimately what I teach in my profession as well. I train leaders around the world in becoming emotionally and relationally intelligent, which essentially means that I help them manage themselves in conflict and then ultimately manage other people under stress. I want to walk the walk. I want my life to be an example of what I am teaching other people.
When Corrie learned that Ironman was coming to Juneau, Alaska for the first time in 2022, the goal of not just participating, but qualifying for the 2022 VinFast Ironman World Championship took hold.
Qualifying is about another opportunity for me, an opportunity to prove what I believe is possible within me. The community is excited to help and support whoever's here and provide what's needed. With an invitation of exploring the natural beauty, we're in a rainforest here in Juneau, so prepare for the rain. It's probably not going to be sun, but let it rain and play. Maybe dance in the rain a little bit if you can.
Race week brings a lot of nervous anticipation, but also excitement and the sense of being a part of something bigger than an individual race.
Whether it's at Athlete Check-In or it's at the expo, there's something about being with other people that care about the same things that you care about.
With all the final tune-up workouts and tasks done, Corrie can relax and soak up all the positive energy at the pre-race events with her family and training partners.
The fact that Ironman has a kids race and I get to be part of it and my family gets to be part of it is so meaningful because that's the life that I want them to create. To see the song and dance of the Klingit community and how Ironman incorporated that component into the opening ceremonies was incredibly meaningful. And I left there feeling empowered and very emotional. I would be lying if I didn't tell you that there is some fear. My body's about to go through significant discomfort to get to the other side. I'm just excited to show up. Everything is coming together. I feel prepared. And Gosh, I get to race with incredible human beings. My family's watching. I'm trying to do something I've never done before in my life, which is qualify for Kona. And who knows, I don't know what tomorrow is gonna bring, but I know I did everything I could to lead to success.
Finally, it's race morning, and the conditions in Juneau are rainy and cool.
My morning is all about staying focused, staying calm, identifying what I'm feeling, and making sure all my ducks are in a row. Feel good. Yeah, I feel excited to get started. Excited to jump in. We're at the start line. Now we just gotta get to the finish line. Right, Beth?
About 30 minutes before the start, the race organizers announced that because the water temperature is only 56 degrees, the 2.4-mile Roka swim course will be shortened in half for athlete safety.
When I got that news, for lack of a better terminology, devastated, knowing that I would likely come out of the water significantly ahead of the rest of the pack was something that was empowering and allowed me to feel a little bit better about qualifying for Kona. And how does this change the outcome of the race? Do you know what temperature my winter is?
As Corrie waits for her 30 to 34 age group to be called for the race start, a calm and joy return. And then, the moment has come. Her race is officially underway.
I just dove in, took on the swim. There were moments where I was overwhelmed. There's feet in your face. Your hands are adapting to glacial temperature water. Your brain is going, whoa, this is it. This is the day you've been training for so long. Just focus on what you can control.
Corrie exits Auk Lake in 33 minutes, 34 seconds. She leads the 34 athletes in her age group as she begins the run to transition.
I'm super proud of my swim. Felt like my stroke was spot on. I felt like my transition was really solid, but yeah, I headed out on the bike, feeling really strong.
The 112-mile full-gas bike course is 2 challenging loops around the Glacier Highway. Corrie doesn't waste any time finding her cycling legs.
The first out and back, I felt super strong. I was biking at pace. It felt like I was in my game, in Corrie mode.
But as Corrie hits the last half of her second loop, the growing fatigue and discomfort become harder to ignore.
You start to question, wow, can you climb the next mountain? My quads are on fire. Now we're gonna stand up and go climb the next mountain. At that point in the race, I was in second place. So I was right in the spot that I needed to be. I knew other people in my age group close behind. I've seen them coming back, and so that certainly gave me an energy boost to say, keep going, keep up the pace.
Clocking a 6-hour, 33-minute ride, Corrie has given up only one position as she heads into transition.
Oh, my legs are sore. I couldn't have asked for a better bike, and it was tough, mentally and physically very challenging.
Next up is the 26.2-mile Hoka Marathon Run course, featuring 2 historic trails and an elevation gain of 1,300 feet.
For the first 15 miles of the run, I felt really solid. I was really proud of how I showed up. I started to get pretty intense pain in my abdomen. Didn't know then, but I had a bladder infection. I knew I'd finish, and at the same time, it felt like my dream for Kona was slipping away at that point. Oh my God, I'm gonna need medical attention immediately.
Keep it up, girl. Still, Corrie stays the course.
I was too close to the finish line to even think about quitting.
With a marathon time of 4 hours, 55 minutes, Corrie Weikle is called across the finish line of the inaugural Ironman Alaska.
Corrie, you are an Ironman!
Her overall finish time, 12 hours, 21 minutes.
Crossing was this mix of extreme joy and pride. My experience embodies what is required from every athlete. My adversity is just a slice of, I know, what everybody experienced throughout the day. I accepted the invitation. The invitation was to see what's possible and to learn something about myself in the process, and having Cooper, my nephew, put the medal over my head, it was really, really special. I'm proud of the way I adapted. I'm proud of the way I was able to carry myself through some really tough stuff. It's something I hope I'm inspiring other people to go for. And my story of Ironman Alaska is certainly one of being proof of the possible.
The next day, Corrie attends the award ceremony, where the slots for the 2022 VinFast Ironman World Championship are also awarded.
It was so cool to stand at awards and receive my 5th place medal. I was still proud of all my accomplishments, even though they required a bit more adapting than I was hoping for. I also knew there was still a chance that I could claim one of the qualifying slots. Feeling a full range of emotions at that point. I had zero idea if I would get a qualifying slot. There were only 2 qualifying slots in my age group. And so I quickly learned that those before me either had already qualified or opted out of the race. And
Corrie Weikle from St. Paul. Corrie,
I got a spot! Yay! So it turns out all of my overcoming in the moment during the race and my grit and will to keep going really paid off. I'm headed to World Championships, and I couldn't be more excited. It is really hard to manage yourself well when nothing is going right. And that is character, what defines you throughout your life. If you choose to quit, or you choose to learn something about yourself and keep going. Resiliency, I would say, is my superpower. Knowing and accepting things aren't going to go your way, seeing your part in it, learning about yourself in a different way, and then bouncing back. There's this piece of me that always figures out a way, no matter the circumstances. And I'm really proud of that part of myself.